Hey, hi guys. So today, just let's see the case study six. So just simple overview. What we have to do is so we have to drop the employee CSV file in the S3 bucket. This one, and then this S3 to this glue. We have to create a crawler, and then uh, uh, we have to load the data in a data catalog in database glue database, and then using the glue job we have to load the data in a redshift cluster. Now let's just we check the our official case study. So yes, this is case study 6, as you can see. And uh, they just, as I show you, create the load the S3 file, load the CSV file in S3 bucket, and then create the cloud, and then we have to run the cloud, and we have to create the database, and we have to create the Redshift connection, and then we have to create Redshift cluster, and we have to load the data. We have to basically JDBC connection. I'll show you that. And basically we have to check the data in a Redshift table, whether there is data is coming or not, right? So just few seconds back, I just completed that task, and I'll just show you uh, what exactly is that meaning. So this is my S3 bucket, Mahit C6, which is I created 18 April, which is today, and then 5:36, which is few minutes back. I just loaded the object employee CSV. Now let's just take you to the glue. So this is a glue, uh, and here I create the database, which is CS6, which is case study 6, and here I create the crawler. Basically, a crawler is first CS6, which take the data from S3 and load it in the database, or glue database. So this is the time you can see today time, and it's take 48 seconds, right? And this is like data source. I my bucket, and then let me show you the data. Like if we show the data in the data tables, Mahir CS6 this is. And yeah, so this is employee, all the things are coming, employee number, which is in CS3 file in S3 bucket. Now uh like so okay, so this thing so meanwhile I that cloud is running at that time. So I create the redshift cluster. Sorry, where is that? Yeah, this is a redshift cluster CS6, which is, you can see, it's just 5:39, which is 10 minute back, sorry, 20 minute back. um so yeah, this is my cluster, this JDBC URL, and all the uh, all the information. Now what I'm do is create the second crawler, which is get this schema from Redshift. Basically in Redshift we are just query the data, and we just in the database we create the employee table, which is necessary. You have to create the employee table, and in employee table, it's first it was empty, but when you run the job, it load the data from S3, right? So that I created a table. Now this second, this second crawler is what is basically doing is um, getting the schema from the Redshift database, right? Which I create the employee, right? So yeah, and if we check the database, okay, there is two crawler, it's Redshift, and these are like you can see the blocks. So it's like successfully run, right? And yeah, finish it. So yeah, you can see that. So running starting cloud, Redshift cloud. Yeah, so you can see the two cloud we created. The timing you can see the 5:33. So now the thing is, what we have to do is like we have to create a job. So basically, job is doing automated thing. Like taking the data from S3 and load it in the Redshift database. So here I created the job like ETL job. You can see, um, and then this name is CS6. You can see last created in 548, which is recently a few minutes back, right? So there's proof of making live thing. So here I create this is our S3 location. This is CS6 Mahir, and then here uh, this is applying mapping. Now uh, you know you will see the this is applying mapping logic. Here we are simply not using any mapping logic, but you see in the output there is something different, the data. I'll show you what things that go wrong in the output. But yeah, you got the output, you got all the data, but you have to change something here. I'll show you that, right? This is our main target, which is Redshift. Here is the connection. Well, I'll show you what is connection, how I make it. Uh, so this connection, let's just open in, here I created CH6 is a connection. Basically, it's a JDBC connection. You just have to give your uh, host name, JDBC URL, and then password, and then username. That's it. And you have to test the connection. Well, how you test the connection? It's like you just do here, and you just test connection. Well, it is I pre-tested, so it's successfully. You do right now. We don't have to test it. So well, we was at like job, right? Let's just go back to job. Just see at six, and yeah. So when you can see the last success job is like the 550, which is 5 minute backs. Sorry, 10 minute back, and uh, so the thing is in cluster it takes so much time to spinning the cluster, but its execution time is very less, whether you have small data or bulk data, but it takes time, 10 minutes or 15 minutes max to spinning the cluster. So yeah, we I have to wait for that. So that's why I don't want to create uh, running the job, because it takes time, right? So much time. um, so yeah, so this is all our input, like this two things going on now. If this run strategy succeed, then you have to check the data, the data is coming in the cluster or not. Now we'll check data using the uh, select data from employee. We create the database here. So if we check data, so data is coming here, employee number, in-name, job, manager ID, date of joining, salary, bonus, a department number, bonus. So the thing is, you are seeing, the long. Now this is something I told you, the mapping thing. We have to change the data types, so that's why it's creating the separate column for that, and it insert the data. You see this one. So you can change that when you are creating jobs. That is a transformation or mapping thing you have to done there. So as our our last step of the case study 6, they said, taste the data which is uploaded in the Redshift table. Yeah, that is true. The data is coming in the Redshift database table, right? Employee table. So we then say that the case study here, the case study 6 is the done. So yeah, that is the whole structure